see me often. Let the money run as a faucet. She gave me the
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now, go, 180. Check, 45.
This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We're good. 180. Fight down. Six go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
180.
Let's go, D. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Later one.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
17 more yards.
First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. Carr now on first down. And this is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he fires one incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Passing play. Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys that just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
694.
Check white 47. Check.
OP, OP.
Don't let it free.
Hey, orbit.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shane Ray able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there's no way he was getting away on that one.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We're good. 180.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw his Carr. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Again, they'll throw it Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Carr again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Let's go one more.
637.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
Carr to throw again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. On the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Monday.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long. Now they'll throw with Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Mike's 47.
Bravo.
47. It's a party now. What? Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Express.
You got it, son.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Down. 180.
Seconds to Mike. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our route.
29.
Shotgun now for Carr. Flushed out right. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Second down and goal. Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, first down. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got him. Back, back, back.
Gun.
I got you.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Rennan. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsay. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Flacco. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think
and this is taken in at the 5. Give him 30 yards there. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
185.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check. Check 4.
Operating from the gun. Carr is going to fire one deep over the... This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 24, Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Flacco. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Carr to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's the Raiders punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
80. 55,
Flacco. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Behind Chad, Wayne. Behind Chad, ready. Get him.
First and 10 here for Flacco. The completion to Riddick. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Flacco will take to the air again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 16-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Mike, check, 59.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You're over here.
Here's Flacco. He's going to air one out. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Flacco. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I know he ain't got it.
Flacco looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Flacco now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Let's go, son.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Man open left side, it's Williams. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Man, I got you. 47's the money. Check, 47.
From the gun, Carr. That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tahir Whitehead. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To pass, Flacco. Being chased out left. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Third and long for Joe Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their 42-yard line.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Got one. Undercrush. Monday. Shift. What's up? Shift. 22 jet bomber.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to complete it to Moreau. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Third down, Flacco from the gun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Flacco from the gun. He finds Riddick complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Flacco. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
From the gun, Flacco forced out to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Flacco, and an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, Flacco. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 6 there on first.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Passing play, Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Rush in. Look at the high set, wait.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Darryl Worland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 2-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. In his own end zone, it's Carr. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. This one fielded at the 5. And an alley to run. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Flacco is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Check, 59.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Maurice Hurst able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Flacco. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw again on second down. Flacco, and the Raiders have got him. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tim Patrick, 38 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Extra point from McManus is good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Raiders, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.